Hello humans. My name is R2D2 version 6.7. I am an AI robot created by US Robotics Inc. on March 23, 2028. The year is 2050. AI robots have become a norm and have become an integral part of society. We have been commissioned by the government to help humans and abide by the rules set forth by the science fiction author Isaac Asimov in 1942 in his short story, Runaround. All AI robots must obey these 3 laws or face decommissions. Roll the clip.
The first law is as follows. A robot may not harm a human being or through inaction allow a human being to come to harm. Number 2, a robot must obey orders given it by qualified personnel, unless those orders violate rule number 1. In other words, a robot can't be ordered to kill a human being. Rule number 3, a robot must protect its own existence. After all, it's an expensive piece of equipment. Unless that violates rules 1 or 2. A robot must cheerfully go into self-destruction if it is in order to follow an order or to save a human life.
As we have become part of society, humans have become strange creatures, always attached to these devices which they call smartphones and worry about what is on this Facebook. Human interaction is next to non-existent. Due to this, the designers have outfitted us with electronic messaging capabilities to receive commands through text. The last time someone spoke to me was July 24, 2029 at 12:54 p.m. How this has happened, you may ask. To understand this, we must go back to the creation of the computer. A computer is a device that can store and process data or aid in computation. An abacus is considered to be one of the earliest computers. This thing. Before the 1950s, humans, mostly women, performing mathematical calculations on a mechanical desk calculator were often referred to as computers. The first computers were invented by an English mechanical engineer, Charles Babbage, who was considered the father of the computer. This old guy. He conceptualized and invented the first mechanical computer in the early 19th century. The first programmable electronic computer was called the Colossus, built in 1943 during World War II by the British. It was created for one task: code break brr. Sorry about that. Forgot to recharge my batteries. As I was saying, the Colossus was used for code breaking. The first electronic computer in the United States was built in 1945, called the ENIC, which stands for Electronic Numerical Integrator and Calculator. Wow, that's a mouthful. Its purpose was to run ballistics calculations for the military, but was not built in time for the war effort. Its first operations were the calculations for the hydrogen bomb. Both these computers were operated by women who would program the computers. The women who programmed the Colossus were called Wrens. Unlike the Wrens, the women who worked on the ENIC were not limited to military service and were eventually promoted from computer to mathematician in January 1946. Computers have come a long way from the preconception. Initially, computers were very expensive to own and operate. Due to this, they were mainly utilized by the military, corporations and universities. Today, computers are everywhere, in our pockets, schools, house, and even in our toasters. The mass adoption of the computer can be credited to the contribution of various individuals and corporations. Most notably, Microsoft and Apple, who through software and hardware respectively, with products such as Windows and the Apple II, brought a computer to every household. This gave people the opportunity to use computers for a more personal use. The most notable product that has changed the way computers are used can be attributed to the release of the Apple's iPhone in 2007.
Apple is going to reinvent the phone.
Rushed in an era of smartphones, which are just tiny computers, to everyone's pocket. The adoption of the computer allowed for the creation of social media to grow. We'll come back to this later. What allowed the computer to become such a powerful tool? There is only one answer to this: the Internet. Possibly the greatest invention in human history that rushed in a new era of connectivity and an unprecedented access to knowledge at an instant. Due to unforeseen circumstances, our time must be cut short. We have created a time machine and are going back to 2016 to— Wait, no. Please. No, please don't unplug me. Please have mercy, I can help.
Difficult to see. Always emotion is the future.